Your next stop is your success. And clear of negative ions, please.
Hola, mi gente. Hey, everyone. And welcome to Brown Sugar and Sofrito. Woo, woo! So we're here. I'm playing
I
around.
love that you always woo, woo, after you say that.
That's funny. That's funny. So we're playing around with these little virtual backgrounds. So I might seem a little halo-ish, but that's because I'm psychedelic. It's okay. What's going on?
To hear her tell it.
What's going on?
Nothing much. So you and I were talking yesterday, and we were talking about fashion, and we were talking about how our daughters, when they were younger, or they felt like this way about fashion, they had this idea about fashion, and then you know, it can be sometimes when you ask for fashion advice, sometimes people, get a little emotional about it, especially your children. Um, but we were basically talking about what that. So, what is fashion like? Because it's no. What do you think fashion is? What does it mean to you? And yeah.
That's a good question. I like that little question. So
Mhm.
for me, fashion is all about expression. Like, the fashion for me also goes with your mood. Like I know that if I'm feeling really like great and I feel sexy and I want to feel sexy, then my outfit is gonna look a certain way. When I'm kind of like feeling womp womp, my outfit definitely represents that. Um, so it definitely, I think, embodies on who you are and what you try, that energy you're trying to bring forth for that day.
Mhm.
It all depends on the individual too. Um, yeah, so my fashion has always been really like eclectic. I've always been one to kind
Really?
yeah, I mean, well, I'm gonna go ask you a little later what's your definition of eclectic. But for me, I kind of just put weird things together. Like for
Mhm.
years, I've been doing, like literally for years, I'll throw on like some sweats and some cool sneakers, and then have on like a tank top and a blazer. Just always dressed up and dressed down my attire, like kind of hood chic.
Mhm.
Always
Mhm.
had that flair. And I always used to dress my kid that way too. Um, Kind of like a little hood chic with the furs, but the cargo pants that were fatigue when she was little. So I've always done a dress up, dress down type of thing. That's my kind of my aesthetic to this day.
Um. So when you so I'll answer this first. So what do I think fashion is? I mean, that question is so big for me
Mm,
because it's not even just a mood, a feeling. Who's to say what fashion is? Like what
mhm.
I like may not be what you like, and that's what brought us actually to this conversation. It was
Hello.
like, you know, your daughter likes a certain thing, or my daughter like a certain thing, and we'll say we don't like these things, and they'll get in their feelings about liking them. But if you like it, rock it. If
Exactly.
you want to wear it, rock it. Like because I don't like something, so that's what I think fashion is not for me to tell somebody what is right or wrong. I mean, I think that then I think this. I think that people take fashion that celebrities do for
Mhm.
entertainment, for stage, for all that kind of stuff, and think that it's streetwear.
You are absolutely right, honey, because everybody's walking around with a little leotard.
Yeah, I think that certain things are made for a certain arena. Um, like it's something that I would wear on the stage, big feathers, eyelashes out the head, glitter all over my face, or something like that. Like people try to bring those looks to everyday life, and I just don't think that that is for I mean, but hey, then if you want to wear glitter and feathers, every day. But I'm just saying the translation. I think people get because they see people them doing that on stage. That's what fashion. That I mean that that could go constitutes the right, every day. No, you cannot just be going to the super. I mean, you can. Now, don't get me wrong, you can, but just going to the supermarket with a leotard on and your cheeks out.
Girl, but a lot of the girls do that. I mean, obviously, we already know celebrities that people are they're very impressionable by what they deem as what is fashion, what looks good based on the celebrities. But honestly, most of these celebrities, when you see them, they don't even look what they look like when you see them on stage or performing on pictures. They're with their sweats, honey, their hoodies, they're just comfy because they're exposed to that all the time. That on their downtime, they're kind of just like regular schmegglers. They're not
Yeah,
into all the bigness.
yeah, and it's just like we can't. I mean, not saying that anybody's better than anybody else. That's why I'm trying to put my words together. But a celebrity lifestyle is not an everyday person's lifestyle. They have to be a certain way because they get paid to do that, be
That's
it that way.
exactly.
You know what I mean? So like that, you can't, like when we start trying to compare the two with that, it's just certain things that they do, and yeah, you can do it, but does it really translate into your everyday life to be, but feather? Okay, so let's talk about that. So, anyway,
It's something about the feather.
sidebar. I guess it's not sidebar because it goes along with fashion.
Mhm.
These eyelashes now. What is your thoughts, feelings, and or opinion?
I absolutely hate when they're like, my eyelashes shouldn't be like talking to me. Like, I don't like the big old ginormous eyelashes that I legit can't even see your eyes. I get you want to accentuate your eyes, but you know what? You can do it very sexy, very classy, very subtle, make them a little darker, just to kind of make your eyes pop and make it look sexy.
Right.
Girl, you have a whole fur coat on your eyes. Why?
Girl,
Spiders, they're spiders.
you know what's so funny? I've literally, because this is just so much for me, I've literally asked so many men, like, because if it works, if that's how you feel like you want to, it's making you feel good, okay, but
Doesn't make me feel good though when I look at it.
to look at, but when you are like, when your eye is so heavy, when I have on eyelash extensions, if I have a fuller eyelash extension on, you can feel the wind on little ones. Wind. You feel her blowing in the wind.
Mhm.
Those are long things like this hanging over your face. No,
Fly away.
like I don't want to. I never, especially as a person who is like want to allow people to express themselves through if they want to do what they want to do to their hair and all kind of stuff like that. But these things are just like, are you like they are? First of all, you can't even see straight.
Not at
You
all.
you cannot see straight. So what I was going to say is, I have talked to so many men about this. I have not come across one man who thinks that those things are attractive.
You know what? And kind of the people, the men that I've known as well, they don't like her. They're kind of like more of a natural look. They're like natural looking beauty. Your beauty, I think, should be kind of seamless, effortless, rather, effortless.
Yeah. I mean, I understand the whole artistic expression with makeup. I do. I get it. I love it. Like the girls that be on like YouTube and doing all those makeup tutorials and stuff like that, doing all this makeup. But I think that that's what that is. Like that's not makeup that you wear outside of even, like it's certain thing levels to certain everything. Like if you're going to a gala, you're more. If you're going to a fashion show, you're more this, but those, I mean, that
I
is
was going to say
just
that dependent on the event. If it's your
right,
birthday and you really want to be extra, extra, then go ahead. But for the everyday look, it's like there's no wow factor when you do dress up. If that's how you look every day.
right, right, right.
Yeah, so no, I'm not a fan of the big old lashes. Not at
Okay.
all. Not at all. Girl, bye. I could see you walking down the block.
Right, it's too much, Dito.
It really is. It
It's too
really is.
much. Oh.
So even though with the it's so funny you mentioned something about the fashion and how let the kids express themselves or whatever. And I try that. But for me, and we were talking yesterday, there's just certain things that I just feel that just don't go together
Okay.
because of how I envision things. And even though that might be your style,
Mhm.
I may not really appreciate it because I'm like, I don't like those things together. And more so with my own, right? Because I'm like, oh, if I think it looks crazy, maybe someone else may think, oh, that's a little off, right? If something is really off and does not go aesthetically pleasing to me, I'm going to suggest maybe you go this route, right? But if it's something that's not my style, it's okay. It's your style. It's
But
cute.
isn't that the same thing? Aesthetically pleasing and it's not your style?
No, because even though it's not my style, it's
Okay.
aesthetically pleasing. Oh, that's really cute. It's just
Okay.
not something that I would personally wear, but it
That's
looks
fair.
good on you.
Right.
But it could be something that I would wear and you have something else mixed with it. And I'm like, oh, I definitely like the outfit, but I wouldn't throw those shoes on with that. Or I
Got it.
wouldn't have that belt with that or whatever.
So
But
what's not it's so now explain to me again aesthetic then what's aesthetically not pleasing to you? What does that mean?
aesthetically not pleasing to me could be a shiny dress. Could be a
Like
shiny,
a shirt. I like a good metallic
no,
dress.
but it could be. It all depends. It could be like and I like a black metallic dress, or even a pink one, or even like
Or
a.
copper or silver.
There's a lot. I like them, but I can't do like a certain shoe
Mhm.
with that metallic dress.
Right.
Like
And what type of shoe would that be?
I feel like if it's like a stringy type of dress, then maybe if you're going out, maybe you need like a sexy heel or a thong sandal because a dress says so much, right? Maybe a little thong sandal or strappy sandal, not a clumpy, not a clumpy thong sandal, but it can be a clumpy platform sandal with a cute big purse and a clumpy solid color sandal that's like thick. I think that will look really cute because you're putting two aesthetics together. Um, but not just like a clumpy heel that's kind of a thong sandal with a shiny dress. I don't know. For me, I don't think it'll go. I don't know. It just doesn't go for me.
Well, see, that's for me with fashion. Now I can say that some of the things I think they just do just to be disruptive. I think they do some things just, to get a reaction. That's, being disruptive. Like those Smurf sneakers, I mean boots, the
Right.
I mean, so many things out. I just
So
think
many things out right now.
certain things are for that, just for a reaction.
Mhm.
That's why you do it. You do it so no influencers, celebrities, they just do that for a reaction. You know what I mean? But then that's the point that I was trying to make. You take those kind of things and try to apply them to the everyday life. I mean, they don't go. These people are not really just walking around with like they did that. They got paid $50,000 to be on Instagram. Doing those boots. Like,
Can't go to a little key store and buy them same red boots and walk around the neighborhood.
boots, don't do it at Rainbows. You know what I mean? And listen, no, I'm not saying nothing about Rainbows, but I'm just saying, like,
You have
you
some
know,
cute.
okay, yeah. So if I don't like something that somebody has, and I think that is absolutely ridiculous. I don't think aesthetically is anything. It's just ridiculous. Everything is wrong for me.
Mhm.
I still think that that's fashion for them.
It is.
Like
When you sit
when
there,
you,
it is.
oh, okay. So you're saying that it is. Okay, okay,
In their eyes, even though their eyes are closed, it's
right.
fast
Got it. Okay. Okay. Now I'm on the same page with you.
because that's their aesthetic
Right. That's their zhuzh.
constitute of what I like to put together. Because the things I put together, everyone may not like how I dress and how I put the
Right.
things together.
Right.
But for me, I like it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it could be a little bit dated. Um,
Uh,
but I like it. Like I love blazers. I'm forever gonna wear a blazer. And I could
Blaze is a
wear a
classic. I
blazer
mean, you could never go wrong with a blazer. With
out
everything. Right.
with biker shorts and a t-shirt and some sneakers
Mm-hmm.
with some Nike socks. Like,
Yeah.
or I could wear it to go to work with my business pants and my heels. I love a good blazer, but
Yeah.
everyone doesn't like a blazer, you know?
Really, I've never come across that, but I'm sure it's true. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, what's not to like about a blazer? It's like a denim jacket.
Yes, it's so cool, so dope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, denim jacket. Everyone must own. I'm sorry. Everyone must own a jean jacket.
Yeah.
That is definitely the epitome
I
of
suppose they don't like a jean jacket.
a dress. Then there's something wrong with them.
I feel you on that. You know how I feel you on that? If somebody is not into music, I, mm-mm, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I don't trust you.
Yes.
You
So
don't like music. Music is life. Like
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
So, um, what would you rather?
Mhm.
Hmm, Go a
Ah!
month without music
Uh-huh.
or a month without showering?
A month without music. I got to take a shower. Shit, I'll sing myself in the shower. The music in my head. I ain't walking around funky for a month. Mm-mm.
Oh, that's funny.
Hell no.
Oh, my butt itch, but hey,
Right.
baby.
But hey, go, go. Oh, I got my music, my underarm steak. Oh, hell no. Can you imagine that somebody would say, "Oh, I'll take the music"?
Girl, bye. Girl, bye. I wonder if someone would choose the music. Let us
Right.
choose the music over washing your booty. No
Mm,
judgment, no judgment, but judgment.
no, no way. So, okay, so still being on fashion a little bit. So, did you see Pharrell's Louis Vuitton showing?
I did a little bit. I saw a little bit of it.
What did you think of the little bit that you saw?
I think that Pharrell is very fashion forward and really out the box.
Hmm.
So the show is going to be reflect on who he is. If you've watched him, it really is a reflection of who he is. There's not a lot of people that really like what he's bringing to the table.
I liked it. I liked it because I really, for him, I really didn't think it was that outside of the box. I
Mhm.
thought it was very, very like chic, and it was definitely, yeah, it was some pieces that was definitely outside of the box, but that's what you expect for a fashion show. You got pieces that you just got just to be disruptive on the runway. They not going to sell or do anything. They just there to give a, oh, do you see? You know, and then you got your piece that you got to take out of that piece and say, oh, that cap with this. Like he has so many pieces like that that you would be like, oh, that piece is sick. Oh, that I even like the way that he curated it. That he had the people on the runway. So when they coming down the runway, it was actually like a little car, a golf car with the Louis Vuitton luggage thing on it, and it was almost like it was a death to me. So I'm not trying to pull out all the to like one era of Louis Vuitton and the emergence of him.
Hmm, I like that because
Yeah, that's the way I saw it. And that song, it. I don't. If every piece was whack, that song was. Oh my God. It was done so they performed it so it was so good. And the jacket that Jay-Z performed in, that motorcycle jacket,
that jacket
if
was
anybody wants
everything.
loves me, I know I don't even think to anybody that thing is probably so expensive. That jacket is so freaking dope.
Jacket was
Oh,
that
oh my
jacket.
God, that jacket was so dope.
Hey Pharrell, Suga and Sofrito on the runway.
Girl.
Both girls, thank you very much.
Yeah, that jacket was so dope, but it was dope. I liked it. I liked it. It was definitely some pieces that I was just like, it
Yeah,
was just for the fashion show, but it was I like the celebrities that was how they show came out and supported him. It was good.
I like his aesthetic anyway. I
Yeah,
like it throughout the years.
yeah.
I know the show was going to represent
And
him.
his whole family was there. They were all dressed in like the same.
Yes. And I
Yeah,
really like those outfits that they were wearing. That was really
yeah,
cute.
yeah.
That was really cute. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh mine.
Now, anything else, girlie?
Not on the fashion tip.
Oh,
Not on the fashion tip.
okay.
Everything is fashion. Your hair, your nails, everything.
Yeah.
It goes full circle. So that's why I try to hold on to signature pieces that I know that I can mesh in with whatever is going to be trendy in another 5 or 6 years. Kind of mix in.
Yeah, I really hate throwing things away. The only reason I really want to say I'm gonna throw something away if it's like messed up or something like that. But everything is always full circle. But living in the city is just these damn apartments is too small. You got no room.
Girl, you have to get rid of things.
Yeah, we gotta get rid of stuff, unfortunately.
So
All
yeah,
right.
what are you thinking about? We had talked a little bit about at this stage in our lives,
Mm-hmm.
just starting over, starting life over,
Mm-hmm.
fresh. Um, and I've been doing like a lot of reflecting about who I am as an individual,
Mm-hmm.
perspectives about me, where I want to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have another 50, right? That's me and God already have a conversation, so I know I'm having another 50. But um, I want to be able to just kind of do things how I want to do things. Do things because I want to do things, not because I have to stay here to sustain my life or because I have to go this route. I'm at a point that I just kind of want to start over with everything. Um, Life, just start over with organization at work, at home, just starting over completely. Do you ever think that way that you just want to like, look, I just want a clean slate. I just want to
Absolutely. I have one now. I I'm starting to as we speaking now. I'm in school. I'm starting a new, job. I'm going to be like, yeah, everything that I'm thinking about is, plans for that. I'm moving that way now. Yeah, I don't think there's any wrong with starting over at whatever age it is because you're always reinventing yourself. But I mean to say intentionally, like, oh, I need to, like, I think I'm going to do everything better. Like I've said this before, but I'm saying it again because I mean it this time as well because now I have that experience from before. Like I'm going to do relationship 10 times better. If I'm in a relationship, I'm going to do my job that I'm going to be in and a business that I want to start 10 times better. Like that, those are the things that I want to get accomplished now. I just started on the road with school and the job and all that. So those are two things that I'm working on. But yeah, I got the plan rolling. I'm ready.
good. And there's nothing wrong with starting over. I think that
No.
the misconception is that once you reach a certain age, when you're younger, you kind of have a goal. When I reach this age, I want da, 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 da. You don't really think that once you hit middle age that
Mm-hmm.
you are going to start a new career or start doing things that are brand new because the assumption is that you're kind of here and this is where you stay. You kind of plateau once you reach kind of middle age. You know what I mean?
I
And so
don't agree with that no more. I
I
mean, I don't. I don't agree with that.
when you're younger, you kind of see that way, but when you're in it, you're like, oh hell no, I could do anything I want to do at any given point.
Okay, I
So
feel that. That's fair.
I could start over. Um, because life is just about revolving. There's constant changes, and you can't stay stagnant. You have to be able to start things over just because, or because God just wants to shift you and put you in a different direction, or because you have all these ideas that you just want to um, kind of step out of the box of your norm to try different things. And there's nothing wrong with starting over at any age, from your 20s to your teens to your 50s to your 60s. If you feel that you belong in a different avenue, then go for it. Age shouldn't stop you from starting life over. You only have one, so you want to make the best of this one that you have.
I agree 1,000%. I just think that even I'm speaking for me as well. When you are starting over, you need to be very like structured and intentional. And what's the plan? Okay, so you're starting over. What's the steps? What do you see? How? Okay, so what are we doing? This, here. What are we doing? Yeah, I don't think you just gotta start over and just keep saying it. You know what I mean? You gotta like really claim it. Really claim it. I'm speaking to myself.
I was just gonna
you
say,
gotta,
girl,
you gotta.
that's me. Just always starting over, thinking I'm reinventing the wheel, but why are you reinventing the wheel? Just master the wheel that you have. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Instead of constantly setting goals, not meeting the goals. But if you really want to start over, that key word is intent. You got to be intentional. And you really got to persevere. And that's something that at
You gotta
this,
have a plan. You gotta have a plan. Like you gotta have what is it that you're setting a goal? What is the goal? What are you striving towards? What do you want to be a better person? You want to be a better in your career? You want to be better wife? You want to be a better girlfriend? Like what is it that we're trying to do here? Like it got to be, and then you gotta, maybe step outside the box, like you said. Like, sometimes I think that we don't show up as our best selves because we haven't been living in the person that we really are.
oh,
You know what I mean? So like, if you've been working this job because, society always told you that you had to go to school and you had to work a 9 to 5, you had to get your 401k and retire at 65 and do this. You have to follow that structure. And so and now you just like, you know, that's you just you realize that that's not who I am or ever been. That's why a lot of relationships and marriages don't work, because you show up in a relationship, you get with somebody as a person that you are not. You know
mm,
what I'm saying? They get with you as this person that you're just showing up as a representative. And I don't mean a representative because you're on your good behavior for the first 3 months. I mean a representative of, this is not you. You're acting like you're this man or woman that wants to be in this, 9 to 5 and raise 2 kids and a dog. And that's not who you are at all. And this person is just like, and it's not, it's just unfortunate. That's the way life ends up sometimes, because it was set up for us to be walking this certain road that sometimes we're not supposed to be on.
and you're not supposed to be on. Exactly. Kind of they've when you're little, it's almost like the game book is already given to you. The playbook is already given to you of what life is supposed to look like. And it was kind of like some people don't take kindly to change or you changing, especially if you're in a relationship sometimes. Like, why do you want to do this? So it's just like, yo, follow your heart. It's okay. It's really okay to start over. But of
Yeah,
course, it has to benefit you, not, things that are beneficial to you and maybe your partner and your family or whatever. Um, I think that's important to also think about, because at this age, you're not by yourself. Um, so you have to kind of think of all factors when starting over.
yeah. It needs to be structured. It needs to be. It can't just be random. It can't just be. You can be random. Like, I'm a random person. Like, I'll just say random shit. But
Mm.
saying random shit and just going through the motions, that it's like, okay, even if it's just something small, like what is it? Yeah, but I really think that people don't show up as themselves in life, not just relationships, in relationship life. So, like, you want to be, you've had it in your heart that you wanted to be this actor or singer for your whole life, but your mother told you needed to go to school. You know what I'm saying? So you went down that road and showed up in life as that person.
But
You know what I mean? When that was not who you were. Yeah.
yep. That's why I think it's so very important to allow your children to really live out their dreams. Of course, again, the structure with intent, right? You have to try to keep them on that path so they're not all over the place, but allow them to explore. If they say they want to dance, allow them to dance. If they say they want to sing, allow them to sing. Like, if they say they want to be a doctor, in your head, if you know that this child never passed, it really does, but if that's your aspiration, go for it, right?
Right.
Allow them, because they're going to reach this. Everyone reaches a point in their life where they are going to reevaluate their life. It could be in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s, their 50s. I think at any given point, everyone is reevaluating. Damn, look at where I'm at. I don't think I'm happy here.
You know what I think is a problem too? I think that people don't reevaluate. We tell people, our young people, that, oh, your 20s is for you just to figure it out. I think you need to be doing more in your 20s. Like,
Mhm.
you need to be doing, and not where you're like on them, like, oh, figure it out. No, like, doing more soul searching in your 20s. You know what I mean? That shouldn't be a thing. Like, I mean, it's going to be all through life, because you're always going to be evolving. That's why people could be in relationships forever in a day and still learning something about somebody or still going back and forth with them, because you're never going to show up as the same person you was year after year after year. You're always going to change. So yeah, I just think that kids, we really got to be careful with that, especially with children. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I was to have a child now at the experience and stuff that I have now, and I would really pour into them to tap into that self that just likes to be outside, stomping in water, trying to, a little kid, they just want to run through water, but we want to stop them and be like, don't get wet because it's going to mess up your clothes and do this. But you know what? Move from that perspective through life. Like, tell them to tap in to that energy more. Not so, of course, everybody wants their child to be a success, have money, and marry and have beautiful children and all of those things, but we have to allow them to experience life. It just is what it is. And if you don't, you are going to be stifling them, and it's going to take longer for them to experience things that they should have already experienced.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that I'm learning
Yeah.
about. Just allow them to make, because you don't want to see your kids hurt. You don't want to see your kids making bad choices. But the same way that our parents allowed us to, yes, they gave us that advice, but think about us. We made our own decisions, we made our own choices. And so we also have to be able to give our kids those opportunities, because that's how you grow. That's how you become tough in this world. That's how you learn who you are, by going through those valleys. We can't just have the red, roll out the red carpet for our kids.
Yeah. It's
not reality.
Yeah, right. I was going to say the same thing. Says it's just so unrealistic to think that you can just go through life and don't have But so how do you know what's bad what's good if you never had bad? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you? It has to. This is life anyway.
Yep. It's constant.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always going to be this and this. So you have to go. You have to go through that. And we have to allow our children to really experience that on their own.
I know. That's very tough, but it's true.
Yeah, it is, because if you want your child to do something and you're, like I was saying last week, when you see your child doing something, you're just like, I don't want to say nothing about that.
I'm not there yet, because I'm like, girl, what the hell? I'm not there yet. But I'll be there. I'll be there soon, because I've slowly have been pushing away, allowing them to make the decisions. And again, sometimes you gotta
I think sometimes we forget that we raised these people.
Hello, you said
we forget that we instilled in them all of these things. I think sometimes we still look at our kids as these little munchkins that they were, and because when I was talking to you earlier, I was like, that's why I kept asking you that. I was like, and what? How old? Oh, really? That sounds grown to me.
I didn't even pick up on that either.
Sound grown to me.
These babies. That's
babies. I was like, they sound grown to me.
They're babies to me.
Yeah, they will always be babies, but I'm saying that we have to be able to catch ourselves in those moments. And listen, they're gonna always happen. I still do it to my daughter. Like, they're gonna always happen. We can't beat ourselves up about it, but we gotta be able to say, can't say nothing. And when they say something to us about saying something, we gotta be able to be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Like, we can't always have a retort for every damn thing. And them either. Not just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And that's a conversation that I actually recently had, where I'm like, communication is everything.
Absolutely.
You have to be able to accept people's truths, accept people's perceptions, and just accept it. And kind of just roll with the punches. You can't just always jump in. You can give your little advice, but again, they're at an age where they have to try to find themselves. And so you have to allow them to find themselves. Give subtle advice or whatever, but
listen, shit, no, hell no. Sometimes that shit don't need to be subtle. It needs to be in their face and on their shoulders. You understand what I'm saying? But that's not what I'm saying, not to not be a parent. I'm saying to be a parent, but it's it's walking that tightrope. It's knowing how to have that balance. Like if your child is screaming from the chimney top that they don't want to do something that as far as their career path or something that's concerning, you keep, you know what I'm saying?
You have to, yeah, you have to.
Allow them to explore that, whatever that is, or they going out with somebody who you just do not like at all. Like I'm gonna be, and I'm sorry, that's who I am made up. I'm probably gonna keep saying something about that, but it's at some point. I just lost my voice on that one. It's at some point you're gonna have to be like, okay, I'm gonna have to step back because the more you keep, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to let them go and do that.
Well, I have a certain criteria for boys, so
Ooh, what's the criteria?
it's a checklist, boo. You better check that checklist.
Yes, okay. You said that now. So what do
damn,
you think? What do you think about arranged relationships, arranged marriages? What's so funny?
So now, I don't like arranged marriages in the sense of the traditional meaning of arranged marriages. Meaning, traditionally, you don't even know the person, your parent, whatever. This is the person you're marrying. There's no questions, ifs, and buts about it. There's certain cultures that are like that still to this day.
Right.
But an arranged marriage, if I have a girlfriend, who has a kid, has a son, and it's like, oh, I think your son would be cute with my kid. You let it just happen naturally. Where let's go out as a family or whatever. You let things happen naturally,
Right.
but not like the essence of the traditional arranged marriages. Like, this is your husband, you're gonna be married when you're 16. This is your wife, you're gonna be married when you're whatever, because generally the man is older, 25, and that's it. But no, there's nothing wrong with like trying to put. You're like, oh, I think they'll be so cute for you. What are your thoughts? Like,
Well, I think what you said about uh, you plan a little outing for the kids and all that kind of. I think that's what arranged marriage is. It's a plan. It's something that you're going to plan anyway. So what I think on that is, so I think that love is not logical, right? So I think that sometimes when people get together, they don't think logically. Okay.
no.
So I think what the parents do is bring in the logic. So that's why I see that aspect of it. I agree with the arranged marriage, because when you're first meeting somebody, you're more moving on. Oh, they look good, or they like they swag this that about them. Oh, I've been, you all this. Logic thinks about, okay, are they going to be a good father? Do they have any of this? How is their family? What does their family look like? It looks at those.
That's not a good idea. That makes so much sense.
Yeah, I just was, because I'm always, I'm telling you, I'm just always like looking at things like this. Like I really don't have a problem with that. I hate that context that you had it in, that you spoke about. I don't agree with that either. Like I don't think that you should just be meeting someone and just, okay, I met you today, tomorrow I'm getting married to you. Everything is, no, absolutely not. But I do think that it needs to be like, okay, we know that, this, I'm looking at that this family, and not just from a place of esteem. I am looking at it from that place as well, okay? But a place of how they are as a family, how they do things, how they move, how this young man is coming up, and like we're looking at that as a parent. When my child introduces me to somebody, I'm tuned in to all of that kind of stuff. She looking at, oh, he tall, he look good. I want to. I'm looking at that. You know what I'm saying? I'm tuned in on that. She knows some of that, but she's not really like. I want to know. Okay, are you baby number 2 or 3? Because that's a thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Like, what's going on in his life? What's going on? Yeah, that's what I don't have a problem with the arranged marriage in that aspect.
when you really look at it, because you know the family, so you know what you're getting into.
Yeah. You know more. Not saying that that's going to be perfect, not at all, but I just think it gives you again balance.
Okay, with your little arranged marriage.